Hello you all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ray Shine. For those of you who don't know me, people call me Ray. So in today's video, I'm going to be giving you this look here, this super cute look, but this look is going to be more so focused on the base. I'm going to be really giving you more so of a tutorial on the base and how I laid the foundation and built upon that. I feel like, you know, a lot of people are doing makeup whichever way they want to do it, but I feel like we need to bring it back to the basics and learn the fundamental application of makeup. So that's what I'm going to be teaching you guys today as I do my face with you all. So if you like what you see, if you want to see how I got this look, make sure you keep on watching. I know I've been MIA, I know. We're going to get to that in another video, but subscribe to my channel if you are not already and hit the notification bell so that you will be notified when I upload a new video. I like to talk about makeup, all things beauty and God on this channel if you like to be encouraged. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump into all this goodness. Blurs your pores and give you more of a filter flawless look. Even though I don't have big pores, I still like to use this primer just to give you more of a filter kind of a finish. Now you guys know typically I do my brows first, but I just kind of want to do something a little bit different today. With this primer, you want to target it more so in your T-zone where the oil seep through, and this is where the pores generally are visible. So here in this area. I definitely need to do my extractions. I'm gonna give myself a facial, if not tonight, tomorrow. But I'm definitely in need of a serious facial. My skin is pretty good. I'm gonna go in with a foundation I have not gone in with for a while. I'm gonna go in with the House Labs Triclone Skin Tech Foundation. This one is in the shade 500 Deep Neutral. You guys know my skin tone is more so on the neutral side. Since I've been doing my exercises outside, like walking and jogging, I have gotten darker. I mixed a little bit of that foundation with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation, only because this foundation is a little warm and I've gotten darker. So I just want to make sure that my complexion is totally even. I'm going to go ahead and spray my face really quickly just to give myself some hydration. I still want my foundation to move flawlessly over my skin. This is perfect to do if you have textured skin or dry skin. Your girl is 100% natural, so not too much on the edges. I'm using a stippling brush. When it comes to your foundation, being the basis of your makeup, you want to make sure that it matches your skin almost to a T so that it can be undetectable. This looks so good. Matches me beautifully. I feel like now, since I've been doing my makeup, my foundation has been matching me so much better. I think it's because I'm darker, and so my foundation's just been given natural. I'm gonna take a little bit back into my hairline, just a little bit, not too much. You wanna make sure you take a little bit on your ears and take it in your hairline, just so it can look natural. We'll bring it down your neck just a bit so that when you turn left to right, it's not detectable. The whole purpose of foundation is to make it look like your skin but better, or give you more of a flawless look. I literally can just wear like this, go outside because it matches me to a T. I want to make sure you know what your undertones are. Again, I'm more so on the neutral side, so I can lean neutral warm or neutral golden. I'm more neutral, so like I said, because I've been outside, I'm more on the neutral warm side. So this is how we are looking so far. So far, so good. I don't like color correctors to be used unnecessarily. So I feel like they kind of mess up the foundation. They make the foundation look orange. That's why I like to put on my foundation first. I can look at my skin and I can see where I need to maybe spot correct. You know what I mean? Instead of actually color correcting. Your foundation is going to hide, cover up as much as possible. So let your foundation do what it's supposed to do. I'm not going to color correct, but I will do a little bit of spot correcting. I'm going to go in with the Thread Beauty Cover It Concealer in the shade 11 Deep Warm. Your concealer, when you're doing a spot correcting or color correcting, you want to make sure that it is your complexion exactly or a shade darker. You never want it to be light. You always want it to be your shade or a shade darker. What we're going to do is go in where we feel like there's some imperfections or our dark spots are coming through. You just want to hide that with your concealer. And you always want to blot your corrector. You never want to swipe. When it comes to makeup, swiping should not be in your makeup routine. You should not be swiping anything. Everything should be a dab, a blot. That's it. You want to make sure that your concealer goes with your undertone. If you are a yellow or golden undertone, Your concealer tone should not be warm, it should not be neutral, it should be more of a yellow golden undertone. If you are red undertones, warmer undertones, your concealer tone should be more peachy, more golden. So even when it comes to your concealer, it should also go with the tone of your natural skin, just so it can look a little bit more natural. Now, of course, when we're dealing with makeup, we don't have to go natural, but you kind of want to start somewhere. So I'm going to be using the Nika K Multi-Use Concealer. I'm going to be using the shade 10. It's about 4 or 5 shades lighter than me, but it's not too far off. I'm going to be taking this underneath my eyes just to highlight. A way to know where to begin and end is to smile. Your concealer should go right on top of your cheekbone. It shouldn't pass your cheekbone. It should go right on top of your cheekbone, almost mimicking like an eye patch, just like that. Now, you don't have to use as much concealer as me, but that's where your concealer should begin and end. The cheeks are preserved for your blush and your bronzer. I'm gonna take it on the side of my nose. I'm gonna put some on my nose as well. I like the middle of my face for it to be highlighted. And my chin. Just gonna blend it out with a brush. You wanna make sure that you are taking your time to blend out your concealer. You don't want it to be unblended or dry looking. I'm definitely not even a brush girl, but lately I've been blending out my concealer with the brush and it actually been looking good. I'm gonna blend out these edges. Make sure you blend until your concealer looks seamless. And make sure you take your concealer all the way underneath your bottom lash line. You don't want there to be any gaps. You want your under eyes to have more of a lifted look. And I'm gonna be starting at the edges of the concealer. And I'm going to work my way up. Again, blotting, not swiping. Because if you start swiping, you're going to swipe your foundation right off. So now I'm going to take my foundation brush. I'm just going to start blending out the edges of this concealer. You want to always have your foundation brush or whatever you're blending out your foundation with on hand, because you want to always go back and blend. So first I'm going to go in with the NYX Sweet Cheeks blush in the shade Coralicious. You're going to place your blush on the top of your cheekbone. So you can place them like right in the front and on the top of your cheekbone. So I'm going to be placing mine in the front so that when I look forward, you can still see my blush and you can also see it going back. Your cheeks are normally where you flush anyway. It's kind of the area where it gets more red, you know, more rosy. You don't have to put it in the front of your cheek, but you can. I am going to go in with the Juvia's Place Rosy Posy blush. This is a pinker blush. Keep this one more so in the back of my face, right on my cheekbone, like at the top of my cheekbone. I'm going to blend it out with this brush. I'm going to take it up and back. I'm going to go back in just to reinforce. I'm going to just use my foundation brush to brush my edges. And I'm just going to reinforce my concealer. So I'm not going to add anything. I'm just going to take my brush and just blend out those edges. I'm going to go in with the Thread Beauty Face It Complexion Stick in the shade 220 Deep Neutral. When it comes to your contour, you want to put it right underneath your cheekbone. So you want to feel for it. And right underneath. You can put it on top, but right underneath. And I'm going to put some on my temple, a little bit on my forehead, the perimeters of my face, and I'm going to add a little on my nose. I'm going to blend out my contour actually with the sponge. That's because I really want my makeup to be seamless and really blended. You can use a brush, you can use whatever you want to use, but I'm just using a sponge. And I always blend upward. Reinforce this blush. Just making sure everything is still seen. Into my brows. Take my finger down. After I laid down my foundation, I built upon my foundation with my blush, bronzer / contour, my concealer. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the second phase of my complexion, and that is the setting. Right after I finish all of my creams, I like to go in and set underneath my eyes, okay? I like to set underneath my eyes because underneath the eyes are the first to crease, and I don't want my under eyes to crease. Today I'm going to be using my One Size Beauty's Ultimate Setting Powder in the shade Sweet Honey. This does have a yellow tone, but it's not too dark. I don't like to use something that's too yellow because I feel like it just makes me look weird. I'm going to be taking my powder puff to set underneath my eyes. I'm going to top off any excessive powder, and we're going to begin to set underneath the eyes. I like this powder because it is more richer. It's a little bit more of a thicker powder, not too heavy, but it does give you a nice filter, very flawless, like airbrush kind of an under eye, and I really love the set of this powder. Make sure I get my nose, your T-zone area. Everywhere you added your concealer is where you want to use that setting powder to set those areas. This is going to help keep your makeup to last a lot longer. I like to normally go underneath my eyes like twice with the setting powder. For my brows, I'm going to go in with the Absolute New York Brow Perfector 2-in-1 Brush Plus Brow Pencil. This does have a pomade on one end with a brush and then a pencil on the other end. I'm going to be quiet on this part because it's my brows and I don't want to mess up. Go ahead and set the rest of my face, and I like to call this my finishing phase, and I'm going to use a finishing powder to do that. Pressed powders are not labeled finishing powders, but that is what this next step is called. It's called setting or finishing. I like to call it a finishing powder. This is going to set down the perimeter of my face in every area that I did not set. I like to do this before I go in with a powder bronzer or powder blush and contour. I'm going to go with my Sephora Micro Smooth setting powder in the shade 65 Toffee. It's going to marry the makeup together. It's going to set down all of those oils. I like to dab or blot. I don't like to swipe. You just want to make sure you're solidifying your makeup, making sure everything is set down so your makeup is not moving. And this is also going to allow your blush and bronzer to come on so much more smoothly. I'm using the Instapop face brush from Real Techniques. I'm going to go in with the Juvia's Place Bronze Duo in the shade Deep Dark. I like to keep my contour back. It's like lately when I contour my nose, it just does not come out right. Lately, I don't know what that's about, but I want to take the powder on the side of my nose just to further bring it together. I'm gonna let this sit for a little while. Going with the CoverGirl So Flesh blush in the shade Hot Frenzy. We're gonna put these the same place we put the cream product. We're just reinforcing it with the powders. A little moon, kind of like into my brows, eyes, but not so much. Next, I'm gonna go in with the Juvia's Place Volume 4 blush palette. I'm just gonna use this pink color right here. I'm gonna keep this one higher on my cheekbone. Reverse contour right underneath my cheekbones. Okay, so I did one eye off camera. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this eye with you guys. So for my eyes, I am using the Anastasia Beverly Hills X Amrezy palette. Yes, if you know, you know. I'm gonna go in with the shade called OG and 1988. I'm gonna place this in my crease. Place this right in my crease, just building up my crease to my liking, and just until I get the depth that I'm looking for. And then I'm going to go in with the shade called Yugo, which is the eggplant shade. I really like this shade. And I'm also going with the shade called BK, just to deepen up my crease a little bit more. A little off. Still work nonetheless. All right, I'm gonna go in with this shade called Cupcake from the palette. It's like this pinky shade, it's like a chunky pinky. I'm gonna do a little cheek cut crease. I'm just gonna follow my natural crease. And I'm gonna take this all over my lid, like a third over my lid. Go back in with the shade called BK and Yugo. So I'm going to take that on the outer corner just to kind of close up, finish off the eye. And I want it to just be left like that by itself. So I am going to be going in with the Danessa Myricks Groundwork Defining Neutrals palette. I'm going to be using the black shade Tourmaline, which is the Velvet Pomade. I'm going to be using it as my eyeliner because I don't know where my liquid eyeliner is. I don't know where my bra is. I don't know where nothing is at. So we're going to just use this one today. I see why the Danessa Myricks pomades are called velvet, because they're very smooth, very rich in texture. Right, just glides right on the face. So I'm going to go in with BK. I'm going to take this so close underneath my bottom lash line, because I don't want like a raccoon eye, but I do want this to be smoked out though. Next, I'm going to go in with the shade called Yugo. I'm going to take this right underneath that black, which is that eggplant shade. I'm just going to begin to blend out basically the edges of BK, just to soften up those edges. I'm going to use my INB Super Stronghold Eyelash Adhesive. This is the one in clear. I'm going to be using these lashes. When you're pulling lashes from your lash pack, you always want to see the inner corners here. This is how you would know what eye to go on. Take it like this. I didn't cut my lash because I like my lash to be full, going all the way across. I'm going to take it right behind my natural lashes, all the way down like a hair track. Just going to fan them. Look, it's eating the girls up. I love it. I'm going to use my MAC Studio Fix powder in C7. This just makes it more smooth, blend it as I'm taking it off my face. It does add a bit color as well. Take my powder, my face powder. I'm just gonna blend out this powder off my forehead. No swiping. I'm gonna spray my face really quickly. Let me know what you guys think about this look down in the comments. I love this look. Like, I absolutely love the way my makeup turned out. It looks so clean. It's glam, but it's a clean glam. I did a little cat eye just to kind of spruce things up, but I absolutely love it. Let me know what you guys learned from this video. I hope that you all learn some tips and learn proper placement when it comes to putting on your products. Application is super important when it comes to doing your makeup. We can do makeup any kind of way or whatever, but application is key. And also being intentional when it comes to your makeup is, even if you're doing the full glam, natural glam, whatever, you just want to make sure your makeup is accentuating your natural features, whether you spruce it up a whole lot or whether you tone it down. So yeah, let me know down in the comments what you guys like about this video. Give this video a thumbs up, share it with someone, and make sure you are subscribed to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you will be notified when I upload a new video, and I will see you in my next video. I love you all. Bye.